Alright, we are streaming. Hi, everybody. We're supposed to be playing Lancer tonight, but a storm happened and knocked out Fefnir's internet, and no Fefnir can't be here. And we can't run that session without Fefnir's character. We just literally cannot. It's so important that every Hex girl be there for this a nightmare of a session that I'm going to be running. So, sorry, we're going to be doing something else this week, and inshallah we'll be able to do the Nightmare Chaos session next week when Fefnir's power is back because of the storm. Additionally, Loka can't be here because he's on shit internet. So yeah.
So you're stuck with the four of us. Deal with it.
So you're stuck with the four best members of the gaming group. And fuck those two weirdos who are dating. Those scumbags. We hate them. It's not true.
But there's multiple of us who are technically
It's
dating,
true.
depending on how you. Let's say that there's now two couples within the group. You can't make this joke anymore.
It's true.
Yeah, but we didn't. Instigate that couple.
It's true.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Too.
Like Alice and I were together without any of your interviews.
It's true. I did not third wheel you and Alice to initiate a relationship between the two of you because I recognized that the two of you had feelings for each other and would not act on it unless somebody else intervened and made you act on it, like I did two other people who shall remain nameless.
Shall remain nameless. Oh, I always feel good when I anticipate words.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take complete credit for it. They ultimately made the initiative and wanted to hang out. So good for them, and I'm happy for them, and I ship it. But
Meanwhile, I'm over here only being friends with people who are romantically unavailable.
That's right. That's the right way to be. That's how you protect yourself from Jenner, okay? Is you only associate with people who are already taken, and then she can't hook you up with them because they're already taken. Anyway.
There we go.
So
I've got myself the GM team.
I've got two browser windows open, and we're going to be going back and forth between them because I like Rollba. I like the Rollba that is happening on the Bread and Roses forums. I also don't like Rollba, and I don't like the Rollbang that is happening on the Bread and Roses forums because I'm bisexual and I'm allowed to be both pro-Rollba and anti-Rollba. That's my right as a bisexual. Anyway, but I think today
they give you a little card that just says, "Here are your rights. Yes, Rollba. No, Rollba. Go forth, do as you will."
It's the checkbox poll.
Mm-hmm. Do your civic duty.
And then there's a checkbox at the third one down. It just says bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
With no other explanation.
Bulbasexual.
No. Anyway, so we're gonna play Lasers and Feelings.
Again.
No one has mentioned that yet.
I was just about to.
So everyone but Scarlet's gonna run it because she's cool. So who's everyone playing today?
We have to initiate Scarlet into the group by bullying her into DMing something. Yeah.
It's okay. I've only ever DM'd for close friends and family before, so this won't change anything.
Yeah, exactly. We're close friends. Fuck you.
That's what I was leading into. It was a joke.
I'm gonna intentionally take offense at this, even though you meant it to imply that we were close friends.
Aww.
All right.
It is okay.
So, since this is Scarlet's first time DMing with us, you know how I gotta be. So I'm gonna
Should we explain?
Oh yeah, so Lasers and Feelings is a pretty simple system. You got two stats. Lasers and feelings. Lasers are like logic, reason, stuff like that.
You have one stat, and that dictates both of those.
Yeah. You have one stat. The higher the number, the more lasers you are. The lower the number, the more feelings you are. And you go from 2 to 5. So, like, 2 means you're super feelings, and 5 means you're super laser. And then you roll some dice. I think you roll 2 dice? I forget.
You roll a number of dice depending.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You roll 1 dice by default, +1 for being prepared, and +1 if your character would be an expert in a subject.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody who's followed our games before knows that there are two wolves inside of me. One is really, really horny, and the other does not know what sex is. So,
which one will survive? The one you roleplay.
So I'm being horny again today because I don't think Scarlet has dealt with horny Jenner before. So my name
Woo and woo.
My character's name is Courtney Boss. She's a hotshot. I guess hotshot engineer. Who has it on good authority that there are hot aliens in space and she wants to fuck them. I'm a 3. 2 or a 3. I'm waffling. I think I'm gonna go with 3 so I can do a little bit of practical stuff since I'm an engineer and not be useless at my job. But yeah. So that's my character.
Who's next?
Let's do with Alice. I'll go last.
Okay.
I would like to register a complaint that the book does not allow the combination sexy alien to be a character class.
I know, right? That's why I said I heard there's sexy aliens out in space because you can't actually put sexy and alien together.
You can be whatever you want. Like I've just played like weird slime molds in previous games.
What was the descriptor you chose, Jenner? Real quick.
I'm a
engineer.
I'm a hotshot engineer.
Dang it.
Sorry, you can also be a hotshot or an engineer if you want.
Remember, there are no rules. There are rules, but they're like 2 of them.
I will be a alien who is I'm gonna be a pilot.
Okay. Again?
I think
all
my
right.
number is gonna be like, oh yeah, that's right. I was the pilot in our Steam game.
You're often a pilot.
I know, that's a problem.
You're allowed to keep being a pilot. It's just you might get the Jeff treatment for pilots the way Jeff gets the treatment for witches. That's all I'm saying.
I actually don't know why that is. I've never questioned it. I just assumed that it was canon.
Don't worry about it.
You'll have to tell me later.
Just don't worry about it. Don't look too deeply into it.
No, I'm going to ask later.
Every time Jeff says don't worry about something, my first thought is, I'm worried about it.
Well, okay, here's the thing. You're not going to ask later because you're going to completely forget about this, but do continue.
My number will be a 3. I will ask later. I swear it on the face of my father.
She's made, I bet you $15 you won't ask later.
Well,
you can hear her furiously writing it down on a notepad. I'll fucking show you, Jenner. Okay, sorry, who's next?
I mean, to really understand, you have to go look back at the canon of our games and just watch them. All like 100 hours of them.
Hundreds of hours. I've been trying to compile exactly how many hours we've actually churned out of content. It's several hundreds.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 3s here. We got 2 people who are not exceptional at either thing. That means you have a wonderful choice, Jeff. Or are you going to be the crutch for feelings, or are you going to be the crutch for lasers? Because we're just going to be mediocre at both things.
All right, I am going to be a sexy scientist, but like not in the like,
oh my God.
Not in the flirty. It's like
I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
Have you ever seen the movie Atlantis: The Lost Empire?
Yes, I have.
You imagine the protagonist of that, where he just kind of goob, but everyone's like weirdly attractive anyways. That's what I'm going for here.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Got the 90s like part of the middle haircut, the glasses, like your Brendan Fraser's, that sort of thing.
This. Sexy from a time forgotten.
I will take 4. for my number.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And as a group, you are going to be asked to create the ship. You are all crew members aboard the Raptor, and you have to pick 2 strengths for it and 1 problem from the little list they give you. So, as a reminder, the strengths you can pick from are fast, nimble, well-armed, powerful shields, superior sensors, a cloaking device, and fighter craft. And the problems are either fuel hog, only 1 medical pod, which is occupied, horrible circuit breakers, or grim reputation.
I want to do the only 1 medical pod this time for the downside.
Yeah. I also really, I think we've done only 1 medical pod before, and it was kind of a funny, reoccurring joke. I really want superior sensors so we can find those hot aliens so I can fuck them.
All right, well, there's 1 thing left, Alice. What do you want?
I just picked mine.
Oh, he did?
What'd you pick?
For the ship.
Yeah, we're doing ship now. This is why I know you're not going to ask me about the witch thing.
Since everybody's apparently voting on exactly 1 attribute, Alice, you have to pick the other strength of the ship besides superior sensors. So you can choose from fast, nimble, well-armed, powerful shields, cloaking device, or fighter craft. Which of those things do you want the ship to have?
One more time. Say it to me one more time.
Okay, so your options are: the ship is fast, it is nimble, it is well-armed, it has powerful shields, it has a cloaking device, or it has fighter craft. You can pick 1.
Nimble.
Nimble. All right. The ship is nimble with superior sensors. And the only problem with it is that there is only 1 medical pod, which is currently occupied by your captain, who got fucked up.
He's sleepy or something. I don't know. He's been staying up until like 11 o'clock in the morning. There's some ungodly reason.
So
seems weird.
Jenner has already made an obvious statement of her character's goal. She obviously wants to meet sexy aliens.
And have sex with them. Yeah.
Yes. Alice and Jeff, what is your character goal? Become captain, shoot bad guys, find new... You can literally make up anything you want. But the ones the cheat gives you are become captain, shoot bad guys, meet sexy aliens, find new worlds, solve weird space mysteries, prove yourself, or just keep being awesome.
Oh, mine is definitely a solve weird space mysteries.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Mine is definitely prove myself because I have to become the greatest of all pilots.
Of course.
You want to be the very best. Also, I'm gonna roll to see what the story of this game is from a random table.
I also want
to. So if we do that and then just pick arbitrarily anyways.
Yeah.
We won't know.
We won't know. I also want to. I also want to prove myself, folks. I look directly into the camera. I want to prove I fuck. Okay.
Sex is for virgins, Jenner.
Based.
All right.
1 sex, please.
1 sex, please. So I think we are actually ready to begin.
Yeah.
Unless anyone can think of anything we're missing.
I think nope. I miss Luke and Fefnir. Let's go. And Breadmaster.
Well, yeah, I mean, but we have to actually start without them because the show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
They exist in our hearts.
And our heart will love on and on, or however that fucking song goes. Okay, let's start. What do we got? What's the scenario?
All right, so the Raptor has been charting a course through frontier space, beyond the reaches of anyone you could conceivably call for help. That thought is hopefully not weighing on your minds too much, as the intrepid and brave Captain Darcy has been overcome by a strange psychic entity, the Something Else. He is currently recovering in a medical pod, and you all are the only crew on this incredibly light ship. Your only assets being its maneuverability and its incredibly highly powerful sensors. Describe to me what you all are doing aboard the ship as it trawls through space.
Well, you should probably go first since you're the pilot.
I am currently attempting to pilot this ship, which is very original, I know, and very, very, very unpredictable.
What does it look like?
Yeah, this is a character Alice has never played before.
Alice, tell me about your console. What does it look like? How does the ship feel to pilot?
So, I think that, like, it's like, have you ever, like, watched, like, a Star Trek show where they have all the buttons and nothing makes sense?
Yeah.
I think that's what it's supposed to look like, but she just got really fucking tired of it, so she tore the whole thing out and just replaced it with a fucking, like, joystick and a throttle.
Nice.
It's very badly wired. It doesn't work very well, but it's a lot more satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and where are the other two of you? Dinner, you're next. I'm just being arbitrary.
Alright, well, I'm down in the engineering bay, of course, hanging out. I'm already fucking drunk off my ass. I've been drinking all day. And I'm just, like, cranking the sensors up to, like, 12. Just out there specifically trying to find hot singles in my area. And I'm just blipping, trying to find them. Come on, Space Tinder. Give me something good.
All right. Let's see. And Jeff, where are you?
My guy's in Crooks, and he is in a vague, like, laboratory. It's, like, very small and cramped. He's just, like, pouring a test tube into another test tube and just, like, looking at it while, like, super intently doing some kind of science.
Oh, that's right.
Science.
I don't think Alice named her character at all.
Let's see. Alice, name your character for me.
And just so you know, we already got 2 C names. So if you pick a third C name, we get a bonus point.
Now I have to. Oh crap! I had to think of a name. Oh,
Crap is a good C name.
No, you're the worst.
Your character's name is Cecilia Sokolov. You can do your Russian accent. I know you want to do your Russian accent.
No,
Yes.
she's an alien. No.
Aliens have Russia too.
Wow. Okay.
Russia is wherever the motherland wishes.
Russia is a state of mind.
Look, I know my future wife very well.
Wherever there is pierogi, I am there also.
I recommend Claudia.
I like Claudia actually.
Claudia's very good.
Okay, there, I fixed it. Now we got 3 C's. Okay.
We did it. We accomplished our goal. So, as the Raptor is moving along, there is a powerful kind of wave that you guys feel even through the stabilization of the ship as a massive body emerges.
I'm gonna have sex with it, I announce. Sorry, continue.
If there's any girls there? But, yes, there is a massive pulse as a ship emerges from hyperspace. Surprisingly close. It's weird, because this part of space is usually really remote. There's not many things out here. You're several clicks from the nearest inhabited world. That's part of why you stuck your captain in the medical pod to recover instead of, just docking with a larger station.
I mean, sure, you can say that, but I did it because I don't give a fuck about him. Anyway, go on.
So, in the middle of this, character's name Jenner again? I'm sorry.
My character's name is Courtney Bass. She's got a last name.
Courtney, you look down as you're trawling Space Tinder, and you suddenly see a little message that there is in fact a hot single in your area.
Oh, hell yeah. Is it me?
No.
Okay.
I'm assuming you opened this notification.
Yes, absolutely.
You find the space Tinder profile of one Zorgon the Conqueror.
Amazing.
She is.
What's his favorite song on his Tinder
Ah,
profile? I
she
have
just
to
said
know.
she.
Oh, what's her favorite
I
song on
got
her
you.
Tinder profile?
What's her favorite song in her character profile?
Yeah,
It's
her Tinder
Bad Guy by
profile.
Billie Eilish.
Hell yes.
uh,
I'm glad I didn't even have to think about that. In fact, her profile is full of like a stunning amount of Billie Eilish references. So many that I'm actually terrified of having to play this character because I barely know the one song by Billie Eilish. You're just looking down. She seems like a very normal, actually exceptionally attractive space alien. Just, very good. Just got kind of a punk undercut thing going on. Multiple sets of arms.
you know how we say ACAB a lot? I say a lot. That's 4 A's. All aliens are attractive, but do continue.
Forearms, little weird crystalline structure in her forehead, probably some kind of psychic projector. Lists on her profile that she is a literal world-eating conqueror.
Oh, wow. 4? Hell yeah.
Claudia, up in the piloting bay, the sensors of the Raptor start like giving you readings on this ship out there, and I'm assuming you just call them up and take a look at them, right?
Yes. I walk into the
Your character's just like, bam.
Yeah, this ship is tiny. I obviously see this. I just walk in and say, "What's going on? What's with that ship?" I point at the main screen. It's the big ship there.
You do. It is a ways in the distance, but it is a very, very big ship. It looks like the best way I can describe the shape of this ship is if you took two pyramids and you just put them together, flat end, and covered that with like little grooves. That is this ship.
So it's a D8.
It is a very powerful D8 running through the cosmos. You can see a couple of small fighters, light craft, swarming around it. It's very imposing looking. It is weird that it is out this far out of the way. And you tell me what you guys do, actually.
Give me a second. But yeah, somebody else go first.
Yeah. Alice, you are the pilot.
I actually was about to ask you to give me a quick one again because I'm having to mess with the sound because you're echoing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So, give me that again real quick. Just the last 10 seconds.
The last 10 seconds. Big ship. It looks like a giant D8 in space. You can see a small group of fighters kind of like swarming around it. Not really actively hunting for you, but just sort of like doing defensive maneuvers around the thing.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to try and hail it. It's not actually what I do. It's not my job, but I know where the button is that does the thing, so I'm going to go do that because apparently I'm the only one on the bridge.
All right. Well, Jeff is also on the bridge, but go ahead. You search for the hailing frequency for the ship. I don't think I should make you roll for that. That seems like kind of excess. You are able to establish a hailing frequency, and just this little, like, how do I describe what you see? Something pops up on your viewing screen through the open channel, and it's a still image that you realize is probably the ship's equivalent of, like, hold music. And in fact, you can hear, like, soft elevator music playing soft alien elevator music.
This
It's
is
just
my
going like
for record. This is my jam. I'm
It's
so
just
glad
going
that
like,
finally there's
this
good
slaps.
fucking music.
thank you for hailing Zorgon the Conqueror's flagship. Please wait patiently, as you may not be the only person cowering in fear of us right now.
Well, let's consider it.
Speaking of
The
that, I know what I'm going to do
time
now.
for-
Sorry,
estimated
continue.
wait time for our next available lieutenant is, and there's a little number just like counting down from like 5 minutes.
I look around to see if there's a queue I should wait in.
There is not currently any queue that you can see on sensors or anywhere immediately adjacent to the Raptor. This is apparently just like an automatic response thing.
See, this is a dilemma. Obviously, it would be rude for me to leave at this point. And awkward. And my species is basically human in every way, except for the one specific way in which we die when embarrassed. So that's not that.
Would you like me to see if we can maybe get an actual person on the line?
Yes.
All
How
right.
are you going to do that?
I am going to make a roll.
All right.
I am going to basically freak this phone call we're on in order to get to the operator. Just get past all those automated messages. Just like mash 0 a bunch of times. You know how it is.
Let me say, I'm not sure if this should be lasers or feelings. I'm going to go with lasers because
I would
trying
think it's lasers.
Yeah, this is lasers. This is tech.
Yeah,
Freaking is tech.
This is very much trying to do a life hack of minor tech. I will say you are prepared for this because chances are this character has tried to cancel his cable at least once.
Haha, and I am an expert.
And yeah, so go ahead and roll 2 dice for this.
No, it'll be 3 because I'm prepared and an expert. You get 1 by default.
Oh.
All right, that is
That's
1
fair.
success.
Nice.
All right. Not bad, not bad. So you did it. You done did it. As you smash buttons, somehow, improbably, you begin like navigating through a series of phone menus. At a couple of points, you've changed the language to Sanskrit. You don't know how that happened, but you're able to navigate it back to English. And finally, a large, imposing-looking alien warrior of the same species as Zorgoth the Conqueror pops up on screen, and he does not expect to be on screen at this moment. He was, getting prepared. You can actually see that he has, he's blow-drying his hair. This guy must have just gotten out of the shower or something. Just looks down, he's like, "Who are you? I thought we were an empty space. How did you get past the call screening?"
He's on. Okay, this person is on like our view screen, right?
Yes, he is.
I'm going to wave. That seems appropriate.
He just like regards your waving with cool disdain.
Does he wave back?
Oh.
Okay, we're mortal enemies, and I am honor bound to slay him in combat now.
Very well. You may add that to your goal sheet.
Yes.
You prepared yourself in your heart to kill this man.
I'm still down in the engineering bay. I'm not up on the bridge. I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm not communicating with anybody.
You're still reading Space Bender.
Oh no, I'm
I'm
gonna swipe right on this lady, and I'm gonna slide into her DMs. But that's on my turn. I'm not sure if it's my turn yet.
We will get to you in just a moment, but yes, you will be able to do that. So this guy's just kind of staring down at both of your characters, Jeff and Alice. Just like, how did you get past the call screening? It was set up by the greatest security minds in the entire galaxy after we enslaved them.
I hit 0 like 20 times in a row.
You can just do that?
Mr. Rugg, apparently.
He's just confused and overwhelmed by this information. He's like, "This is a final warning. if you have weapons on your ship, disarm them now so that we know you are no longer a threat, and then proceed to the designated capture zone so we may strip your crew of all valuables, process any valuable personnel into our slave banks, and then send the rest of your, and then take your vessel and retrofit it for our purposes. Or you can choose to run like cowards, or you can stand and fight. Though judging by what is coming up on my sensors right now, I will be shocked if you can lay a scratch in our armor.
Do I know how to turn the weapons off?
I don't think we have any because they're not on the list of things we have.
I mean, if you really think about it,
I'm
anything can
actually
be a
gonna
weapon if you try hard enough.
I'm actually going to break it as a GM. While you guys do not have powerful weapons, you do have a couple of small laser cannons. Firing them does drain the same resources that you use to power your engines, and they're really more a last resort kind of thing, or a mining tool for
They're for shooting like
samples from
straight
space rock.
asteroids,
Yeah,
and not
they're-
for like fighting ships.
Yeah, you
But
are
not gay
you are
asteroids.
woke-
Our lasers don't work on gay asteroids, only straight ones. Sorry, do continue.
Yes, the gay asteroid destruction machine. God damn it. You are woefully equipped for this battle. And he's just kind of waiting on a response. Cut to Jenner's character, Courtney. You have swiped right on Space Tinder.
And I'm
slid
in her
into-
DMs right now. I'm gonna send her a sexy message, and I've got this. One person is going to get this reference. Hey girl, parentheses, question mark, end parentheses. I heard you're World Eater. Well, what a coincidence, because I'm Angron de Slam. Winky face.
God damn
Oh
it.
my god.
Fucking hell. Go ahead and
Okay, 2 people
give
got
me-
that reference. Yes.
that is going to be a feelings roll. So go ahead and roll your feelings for me.
All right, I would say I'm an expert at this.
I will actually give you that. This is 3d6.
I've
You've been
definitely,
prepared for
I've
this
been
your whole
prepared for
life.
this movement my whole life. Let's go. All right, I got 2 4s.
Okay, so you got 2 successes. That is, you do a very good job, actually. All right.
And I
So you-
technically got a laser feeling, so I can ask a question. But I'll ask the question in a moment.
Oh, if you got
If
think
you
it
match,
says you
your-
roll
if you
exactly
match,
your
if you
number.
roll exactly a number, which is a 3, right? And that's what I rolled. I rolled a 3, right? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, you're right. Go
No,
on,
you rolled 2
continue.
4s.
Yeah, sorry. Go on,
Yeah.
continue.
Yes. Yeah, I will. If you, so if any of you do get laser feelings, please do not hesitate to say anything to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
something.
Sorry,
to me,
but
because I
no,
will
go
give
ahead.
that to you.
Yeah, sorry.
So you've done this. There's a kind of a pause while you're waiting for a reply, and then the little ellipsis pops up, and alien script pops up on your whatever you're using to browse Space Tinder, your space tablet,
Mm-hmm.
and your translator immediately unscrambles it and translates it into English, doing a very good job. And it's just like, that's really genuinely cute. I like you.
Awesome.
Beep. So I'm not doing anything right now, but I've got some business later in the afternoon. Wanna slide on over to my giant space fortress and have a talk?
Hell yeah.
Four-eyed winky face.
I respond, you're not doing anything right now. That's a solvable problem, girl.
She's just like, she just like sends back a little like winky face emoji.
Yeah, I'll just act like I'll remove, like, she can just teleport me over. I'll remove the basic teleportation protections we have. I don't fucking care. Go ahead and
No, I
kill
feel
me.
like that has to get us drug into the ship, just wholesale, like a tracking beam.
Oh, yeah, we should all get
actually-
drug into the ship. That'd be great.
Yeah. Cut to the bridge again.
I'm having a crisis
Yeah, Claudia, you
because
and Jeff.
they
What was your
told me
character's
not to
name?
go
I'm sorry.
away. What now?
Jeff, what was your character's name? I'm sorry.
Crooks.
Yeah, Claudia, you and Crooks, as you are being confronted by this guy, he suddenly gets a little, you hear his communicator go off. He's like, hold on, I must take this. Yes? Yes. What do you mean, my DMs? Your Eminence, you cannot be serious.
No, she's not serious. This is just a one-night stand.
Very, very well. He hangs up his communicator, goes back to the viewing screen. You two fools should consider yourself lucky. There is a hot babe upon your vessel who Zorgoth the Conqueror wishes an audience with. Please proceed to the designated loading zone. He will entertain you as guests of Her Eminence.
I raise a hand.
Yes, what is it?
Do I have to?
Meatbag?
Do we have to?
At this
think we
point,
have
I've
to.
lowered
You
the
have two
shields
options.
so they
You
can
have
just
two
tractor beam
options.
us in. But yeah, go ahead.
You have two options. You can accept the gracious invitation of Her Eminence, or we can graciously end your miserable existences with one shot from our tachyon laser pulse beam. I think that's what it's called. I've lost my manual. But it blows things up real good.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
We will expect you in 20 minutes, say.
20
well.
of your human minutes.
I'm
Oh,
putting
and
I'm putting on my best alien
you,
fucking
the one who
outfit.
got around the call waiting system. I will actually have to have a conversation with you personally. I would like to set things up so no one can do that again. It is very embarrassing when people call in and I have not prepared my conquering face or, done my hair up correctly. It's
Yeah,
you
I really
understand.
hate when it happens. It's the worst.
You really understand. All right,
Totally.
over and out, and the line just cuts. You'll have 20 minutes to prepare for rendezvous with the Space Conqueror.
So,
Oh, no.
On level 1 to 10, to my colleague here, how panicked should I be about this? I'm generally unsure.
I mean, I look at it. I just point at the giant space fortress.
So, like, at least a 6?
I mean, that's really up to you. I feel like this is a wonderful experience to view up and close an alien species. Although not as close as our engineer. I look to the door as she walks in.
I've put on my best alien fucking attire, and I've got a big bottle of champagne, so we can wine and dine. And I brought some corn dogs, which I'm sure she will like. As food.
Human delicacy.
Mm-hmm.
How exotic.
Apparently, someone really hot is on the ship, which was news to me. No one told me that this had happened. So I don't
You
know
say
who that could
as I'm there, just like the beautiful himbo. Well,
I
I'm
don't know.
realizing it.
Like, it could be any of us. It could be any of us, really. Who knows what aliens like?
I mean, objectively, we're all very attractive.
Me.
Just using the standard scale of hotness that's objective and scientific.
What I did is I put all of our pictures up on Hot or Not, and I saw what scores we got back, and we did all in fact get rated hot, so it's fine.
Well,
This is canon now. As GM, I will allow it. So, do you guys do anything else in particular to prepare yourselves before your rendezvous with a space conqueror and her less than imposing minions?
Oh, I have like a folder of all my important notes, the impressive ones, and a little case with like various science things in it. Science things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Claudia, what do you do?
So inexplicably, our ship wasn't supposed to have this, but it definitely has a key that turns the whole thing on. I made sure that it had this. I'm going to keep it on my person.
All right.
You cannot run this ship without it. Also, it definitely has a thing where you can lock the doors. Beep beep.
Yeah, fair enough. So one other thing. Do any of you bring any kind of weapon?
Why would I bring a weapon? I'm a scientist.
I've brought a certain kind of weapon. Also, I'm
Christ.
I'm gonna do some research. This is an alien. I gotta look up their anatomy and erogenous zones and stuff, and I need to figure out how to fuck her. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh boy. Okay. I am going to actually go ahead and make that a feelings roll.
Are you sure you don't want to make that a silence roll? You want to fuck
I
me
feel
over?
like it's lasers because it's
Yeah,
research.
it's lasers.
That's fair,
I
that's
feel like this
fair.
is lasers.
I feel like interpreting. Yeah, if it were just interpreting information in front of you, I might consider that feelings because that would be like reading the alien Kama Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if you're actively looking it up, that's fair. That should be lasers.
All right, so this is I'm an engineer. I'm good at looking things up. I'm not prepared for this, though. I mean, I'm prepared, but not prepared enough, right?
I'm going to argue that's
This
the
is
opposite.
2d6.
You are prepared for this. You are not an expert in it.
Okay, so
Because you've been preparing your whole life for fucking aliens.
That's true. Okay, so this is only 2d6. Come on.
Only 2d6.
I think that's you have to go under for lasers, right? Or is it over for lasers? I forget.
You do, and in fact, that is a single success.
Yeah, a single success.
So with one success, you barely manage the task that you accomplish, and I get to inflict a complication, harm, or cost. So here's what's going to happen. This is a monkey's paw scenario. You do, in fact, find some information on this alien species, who I will now have to name because I am failed at obfuscating this information from you. So, the Quadramanus, you find just like a really old textbook from the space 70s with some basic information on Quadramanus culture. You find out that certain level, and there is a lot of information in there, and some of it is really, really dry. Some of it is being conveyed in language you barely understand because it's so like dated at this point. This is the space 70s, so it's also incredibly sexist.
Mm-hmm.
And you're pretty sure this book was written by like Space Rushby.
Wow, I love it. This is great. I want to say, like, I don't know what you're going to inflict on me, but, like, once it gets to the anatomy drawings that I'm specifically looking for to figure out how to bone her or, you know, sleep with her, have sex with her, I get so horned by them that I'm going to make some mistakes. Like, I'm not getting the proper information.
You wouldn't get the proper information from Space Rushby on sex no matter what you did.
Yeah.
Is the best part of that. You get to that part, and it's just awful advice, like, you know, never listen to your Quadramanus partner. Just like constantly like swat away their extra hands. Don't let them touch you below the belt. Make sure that your penis is like perfectly lined up with their vulva, and then just like ignore.
Oh my god.
All right, you don't have to do this. We're good. But yes, thank you. Thank you for going that far with me. I appreciate it. Everybody else is squirming uncomfortably.
Okay, so moving on. Does anyone else bring anything?
You do find one other piece of information in there, which is Quadramanus have a couple of minor body chemistry differences from humans. One of them being something, ethanol levels in blood, something, certain alcohols. It's probably not important.
Oh, no.
Anyway, you skipped that bit because you were so confused by the weird sex instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember that much, but you don't remember anything else.
I'm sure it'll be fine and that the champagne is not going to poison and murder her.
So you all are given... so you all, having made your preparations... You are hailed and kind of like guided by a pair of fighters that are just kind of escorting you without, without really trying to harass you toward a docking bay in the giant D8 of Doom, which, a panel just slides open. You glide down, bay doors close. You're guided through a little airlock system, and then you are all able to exit the ship. When you do, you are all greeted by a line of heavily armed Quadromanus guards, all of whom are holding like short-bladed weapons in their lower pair of hands and space rifles in their upper pair of hands. This is apparently the standard kit. They salute you. The guy who was on the view screen earlier is among them. He walks forward, looks the three of you over, and goes, "So, which of you is the leader of this vessel, the Ronda Slab?"
I think it'd be funny if we all pointed at somebody different, but I'm just going to point at the pilot. I'm pointing at Claudia.
Technically, our captain is currently
the
recovering in a medical pod.
Science guy.
I think we're all about equal level of authority here. I apologize.
My God, the space anarchist.
No, our captain he's just in a medical pod.
He's not listening at this point. It has been some time since I have faced space anarchists.
Why is everything in space? Like, we all know we're in space. Why do we keep having to remind ourselves that we're in space?
Space is cool, okay? And he
Yeah,
just leers at you. And then he moves on. I assume one of you, is the hot babe in All Eminence's DMs.
That would be me. Yeah, hello.
You?
Mm-hmm.
Looks you over. Evaluates. Yes, that tracks.
Yeah, buddy, don't yuck or yum.
Fair enough. I apologize for my heedless words. Now, understand. The privilege of having an audience with Her Eminence is not one often granted to alien species, especially ones so lacking in manual dexterity.
I do that thing with like a pen where you just like roll it across your fingers and back.
It was a pun. It was something. He's just frustrated you're not getting it.
Because hands. Because, yeah. I just got it, sorry.
Yeah, bold of you to assume I'm not flexible, but yeah, sure.
Oh, do not worry. I am sure Her Eminence will be finding that out soon enough.
I sure hope so.
That sounded ominous.
I didn't take it that way.
Right?
He kind of waves you through. He's like, follow along. Do not worry about the guards. You are guests here. We will not molest you until the time comes. But by which I mean we will not kill or shoot you. That came out yet.
Mm-hmm.
No, I got it.
Open the door! And the door just opens. He leads you out into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
For a evil space fortress of doom, this place is really well set up. Standard hallways. Everything looks pretty well set up. You actually see there are on board this ship. It's not just pilots and crew members who are like, they're all wearing like obvious uniforms and they're armed. You do see like some people who you suspect are perhaps family of crew or just like civilian passengers.
How does it make me feel?
You get to decide that.
You get to decide that in character. I ain't gonna tell you how to feel about anything.
Okay, it makes me feel happy. Like, look at this. This is nice.
Yeah. So far, everything looks good. Just ignore the like various alien species you see out of the corner of your eyes in like white robes and uniforms, doing manual labor everywhere, under the watchful eye of Quadromanus overseers. That's probably not important. Anyway, you all kind of like reach a little fork in one of the corridors, and at this point, your guide calls you to a halt. He says,
Oh my god. I'm gonna get
hot,
booed
hot
off
babe.
this game. Sorry, let's keep going.
You, hot babe.
Mm-hmm.
Down this corridor, Her Eminence awaits. We have prepared a small room for you so that you may, how did she put it? Prepare yourself before you two get your freak on.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
And you two, come with me. We will play a traditional game of the Quadramanus people. It will be delightful.
Good luck, averting our demise, friends. I'll be, averting our demise. Wink. I'll be handling the little death so you can handle the big death, if you get what I'm saying.
Christ.
I oddly groan in character.
Well, so it goes.
I
I guess
So-
if she keeps saying things like that, we don't have to win.
We'll see. I am anticipating so much, like, punishment for what I'm about to do.
So, we'll follow the two of you who are not heading off to sexy times first. Claudia and Crocus, you are taken down a winding set of corridors until you finally reach what is basically the crew's rec room. And you are ushered inside. There are a few hard-bitten looking old veterans sitting around drinking probably not space booze. It actually smells more like some kind of really, really strong space tea. I'm going to stop using the word space for everything. This is basically...
No, space is a
if you-
prefix. Do it.
Fair enough. It's all space.
Mhm.
I will not back down. I've chosen my path. It has some like kind of fruity notes to it, and also some really strong, rich, kind of like black tea fragrances. Think of it like a really weird fruity Assam, if you know tea blends, and that's what basically what they're drinking. They're all just kind of relaxed. And in the center of the room, you see two of them playing at a board game. And go ahead and I want both of you to just roll 1d6 for me. I'm gonna make this a feelings. I'm not gonna make this a feelings thing. I'm gonna give this a lasers thing actually. And I'm gonna see if either of you have done any kind of like research on xenoculture that would give you extra insight into this game before you play
Nope.
it.
Y'all about to get Calvin balled. Rip.
Let's go ahead and roll me 1d6.
I got a 6.
You failed.
Tremendously.
Yeah, both of you cannot tell what the hell this game is. Your guide is very pleased by this, actually. He's like, I see that you have never encountered the national game of our species. This game separates the boys from the men,
There's
the
a.
girls from the women.
Mhm.
This is quadra-chess. And he just kind of lovingly gestures to an empty board.
What does it look like?
So, this is a 3-layered board. As in, there is a board that's kind of like at the base on the table. There is a separate board suspended above that, and there is a third smaller one above that. So
Is this the Star Trek chess?
Yeah, this is just Star Trek chess.
Oh no.
Amazing.
And the various pieces, it's really hard for you to kind of like pin what would be what if this were a standard chess set. Most of them are carved to look like alien flora and fauna. Crooks, actually, you are someone who has studied this. Go ahead and give me just go ahead and do a full 3d6 roll and see if you can make some insights into the nature of these pieces in this game using lasers.
I will lean over and adjust my glasses and peer at them.
Yes.
We got 2 successes.
Nice.
Very well done. So,
2 dice, right?
yeah. You cannot identify all of these alien flora and fauna, but you pick up on something well enough just from watching not only the pieces in front of you, but the ones that are being played on the board where like the other 2 players are. You can these are really detailed figures, and by rough approximation, you can tell that one side of this board is carved to resemble predators, and the other side of the board is carved to resemble prey animals, ranging from tiny little ones to large, massive herbivores. And from what you can tell, both sets of pieces have entirely unique movement options and entirely unique victory conditions. This is a game about, as far as you can tell, simulating an ecosystem.
See.
With chess. And your guy just kind of like gestures like, which of you would like to play first?
I immediately raise my hand.
All right. I will give you a 2-piece handicap since you do not know the rules yet. You may choose which side of the board you would prefer to play, and you may remove any 2 pieces you so choose.
With that roll, I do what I think would be the best.
So from the knowledge you gained in that rule, you realize that while the Predators side of the board seems like it has some kind of clear advantage, their moves are a little bit, some of their pieces can move a little bit farther, they're a little more aggressive. The herbivore side of the board actually has more unique movement options, things that move more like knights do in chess. Herbivores do not need any conditions to move to the higher board spaces, some of which seem to, just be easily accessible for any of your pieces. And you're able to kind of like tell which ones, just because you've watched the game that they're doing on the other side of the room. You're also able to kind of guess, this looks like this kind of species of, xenosimian. It should be able, so that move is actually simulating its ability to crawl into the treetops. You kind of make these intuitive leaps, and you figure for a new player, if maybe playing the side of the board that's more geared toward like you defend yourself until X turns elapse will be a better option for you. You can even make a guess at which pieces would be best to remove from your opponent's board. In fact, go ahead and give me a feelings roll for that. This is intuition, and I can say you prepared for that one. So go ahead and make it a 2d6.
2d6, huh? 1 success. And a laser feelings.
Ooh!
So I want to ask the laser feelings. I'm not going to re-roll, but I want to ask, what is this alien's intentions here?
So his intentions are twofold. He wants to kill time while his captain's over in the other room. He's also kind of full of himself, and he wants to sort of impress upon you lowly,
us lowly 2-armed creatures of superiority.
Yeah, you're lesser. He wants to impress the superiority of Quadramanus culture upon you.
All right. Well, I cracked my knuckles.
This is kind of a game of princess thing, and you get the sense that like this could be a big opportunity to kind of throw him off if you if you show a lot of insight here. With the insight you do have, with your laser feelings, combined with your regular feelings, you kind of intuit that the best two to get off the board are probably not the big threatening ones, the ones that are the equivalent of the queen. In this game, it's actually two of the pawns that start on sort of the rightmost side, because they are the two pieces with the that you've seen the other two players moving around with the longest movement option. It's just a gut feeling, but you'll go with it.
Yeah, I grab those and I put them to the side gently on the table, and I sit down.
And so your guide stares at you. He's just poking his chin with two fingers with one hand. And he's like, "You say you have never played quadra chess before?"
Yes.
Interesting. The look in his eyes says he doesn't quite believe.
You may find that I'm a quick learner.
It's all instinct,
So
baby.
it would appear.
And I
Very well,
believe that looking at the other boards that you are the one that goes first.
You are dead on that, and he is actually a little cowed. Sits down.
Nice.
Very well. Well, you know so much. I shouldn't need to explain too much to you. Simply ask me questions if you're not sure how your pieces move.
Yes. So I just quickly go through them and just ask, what does this one do? How does this one move? Etc. Very quickly overview. You know, not to just to capture his now. I'm doing it in a way that makes it feel a little like, oh, I can explain this now to this obvious.
He begins to relax as you actually ask the questions, and he becomes a little more satisfied that you're not secretly pulling one over for him. Claudia, while this is happening, he's kind of taken his eyes off you, and some of the rest of the entourage have as well. You have a little bit of freedom of movement right now. What do you do with that?
I'm going to pretend to be very interested, because I am very interested for a few minutes. But is there anything else in this room, like, interesting?
There's a kind of vending machine in the corner. There's a couple of people just kind of sitting around, laughing against the wall, you know, trading quips back and forth. Mostly the room's kind of uninteresting. The door is kind of not being watched right now. You could maybe slip out without being noticed. And just have free reign of the chip.
I am going to do that, actually.
Right. Go ahead and give me 2d6 here. And we're going to call this feelings rather than lasers, because you're just kind of like trying to intuit when it's safe to move.
1 and 3.
That is double success, I do believe. No, is it? This
My number
feeling.
was 3.
It's roll higher. Oh, wait. You just got laser feelings. You're a 3, right?
Yeah.
So you can
got
ask a
laser
question and
feelings.
re-roll if you fail. It does not count success. It's just a question.
Okay. So go ahead and ask me a question.
Are they planning to get rid of us after, like, whenever? Are they planning to get rid of the other two of us after this game?
That very much depends, but there is a non-zero chance that they're probably not going to let you if they can get away with it. They're mostly working under orders from Zongar the Conqueror right now, and depending on how things go with her, you know, they're not going to, like, try and one-up her, but if it was up to them, they'd just stick you with the rest of the slaves.
Rude.
It seems less malicious and more that we're nothing to them, to me.
That would be a very accurate estimation of how the Quadramon is seen currently.
So I failed that one then.
You can
You
re-roll
get to
though
re-roll.
with that
You
knowledge.
can actually choose a new action if you want as well. You can re-roll, and actually with the information and the insight you gained there, I will actually give you an extra dice if you want to just re-roll the same action again.
I think it's probably best that I do leave because if they can get all of us together, then it'll be more difficult for us to, escape. But if I can get free,
Letting the cat in.
4 for 1.
Pet that cat.
Cassie, just a second.
I heard her. Oh boy.
I'm gonna smoke this guy. That's my goal now.
Yeah, just flex on him.
I must destroy him to hoist him by his own petard.
Okay, so
I apologize for that. I had to let the cat into the other room with Alice because she's staring at the door in a forlorn way. So 441. That was 2 successes.
Yeah.
With 2 successes, the task is actually quite easy. You just kind of wait until a moment where everyone's distracted and you slip out the door. You actually make your way down the corridor and you kind of stop before you head into a room that has a lot of, quadrumanous, watching slaves and such. And you realize abruptly that, oh, right, you are a different species than most of the people here. You need some way to blend in. Smash cut over to Courtney.
Hey. Alright. Okay,
Courtney.
hear me out. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. We are not going to roleplay out this boinking, okay? I just want to do a bit of roleplay, drop 2 really, really bad one-liners, roll my performance, and we'll see where we go from there, okay?
No. I was going to get... You think I'm not going to give you a tasteful cut?
Okay, thank you.
I think, Jenner, you're getting ahead of yourself is what she's saying.
Let's do this.
All right. Thank you for having... You can thank me for succeeding me on your character's wildest dreams here.
I'm so excited. No, you don't understand. I am anticipating Jenna rolling dice is about to happen, but let's go.
All right, so you head down the corridor which terminates in a little room. You open it up. It's actually a cute little boudoir. You see some. There's a little dresser in the corner. A little. Sorry, not a boudoir. What's the word I'm looking for here?
That's
Just a
fine.
little. Yeah, like a little dressing room essentially. Small wardrobe filled with beautiful dresses and evening gowns. Most of them meant for people with 4 arms, but you see a couple for 2-armed people.
Nice.
And 1 or 2 for people with 0 appendages. And you select, do you select one?
Yeah, I guess. I also make note that there are worm people that I also need to fuck.
Very well then. There are worm people that you must fuck. On your character sheet next to your goals. No, so you do in fact you get yourself fancied up. There's actually some cosmetics in the corner. You can do whatever you want with them.
I do my best. I'm also, I'm gonna set the champagne aside and lay out the corn dogs, in like a kind of like a sexy kind of way, and the equivalent of rose petals leading up to where we're going. Shush, 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 shush. Don't make it worse.
So this is actually not the room where you will be.
Okay, well then never mind. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I'll get prepared.
The door to this room has actually closed, and you hear a little button going, a little beep going, boop. Do you double check this door at all?
I trust my future one-night stand that this is not out of sorts. I'll just sit down and relax. She's probably, I don't know, playing mind games or something. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure I'm not about to get vaporized or die or something else for being horny, because horny people have no rights. That would never happen.
It's true.
You just kind of keep sitting there, and nothing's happening.
Oh, man.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
All right, I'm
do
gonna
you do
open up my DMs and just message her, just like a question mark, and and the eyes emoji.
You wait for a couple seconds. She says, "Oh," sends one back. "Oh, Ron probably didn't tell you. Call button is like right beside the mirror. Just on the vanity. Just press it. And stand clear of the walls when you do."
All right. I say, hey, thanks, girl. You're not gonna regret this, winky face. And I'll close it up and head over, push the button, and get ready to get vaporized.
There is a ding noise, and a helpful voice pops over the intercom. "Thank you for pressing the love button.
Oh, amazing.
Oh my fucking god.
Love it.
I
love the love button.
The floor of the room shakes slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel yourself slowly being lowered on like a little elevator.
Nice.
The walls are sliding up out of
Loving
view.
an elevator, living it up while I'm going. Sorry to continue.
You know, you're just sliding on down. The walls are actually going to come with you. This whole room's the elevator, and you feel yourself going down, 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 down. And you kind of hit. There's just a little ding. You have reached the terminus point of this love ride.
Nice.
Please stand by the door and await paradise.
Amazing. I'm so dying. I'm so ready. Let's do this. I'm gonna stand by the door. Got my corn dogs and my champagne. I'm hyped for this. Jenner, know Courtney's gonna die, but Courtney thinks she's she's getting fucked, so we're good.
Door slides on open, and a few feet away, lying on a heart-shaped bed.
Oh, nice.
With a hot tub nearby.
Hell yeah.
That does, in fact, have the whirlpool function.
Yes.
Is Songarth the Conqueror.
Amazing.
The rose between your teeth. Wearing skimpy negligee.
Nice.
And balancing on two of her forearms, just like, "Hey, girl."
Hey, girl. I step on in. I brought you some champagne, but that's for later, for celebrating after. But also some corn dogs, which are a delicacy amongst my people.
Go ahead and give that one a feelings roll.
Let me finish. We'll finish. I will. But let me finish my proposition.
Okay.
So I say, you don't look nervous, but I still want to assure you that we're going to have a great time. I want you to know that we are extremely compatible, Miss World Eater, because I am also extremely corny. Wink. And I will make my feelings wrong.
That you cannot be prepared for that.
I am extremely prepared. How dare you? This is 2d6. How dare you?
2d6.
I got two. I got it. I got 2 successes. Fuck you. Well, okay,
you got a success.
Yeah, 1 success. Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't pick 4. Never mind. I picked 3, so that's 1 success.
Yes. So Songarth the Conqueror is just looking at you and looking at your corn dogs, looking back at you. That is a pun I don't understand. I assume it has to do with some kind of inferior grain from whatever backworld planet that you blew in from, but, you know, girl, don't worry about it. You're slumming it with me. I'm slumming it tonight. You've been graced by the greatest conqueror in the cosmos. He reaches out, hits a button, mood lighting clicks on. Bad Guy by Billie Eilish begins playing in a minor key.
Nice.
As a bossa nova remix.
Baby,
gestures you toward the bed with all 4 limbs that are, hands. She's like, "So, you are the first person in a while who's had the guts slide into my DMs that way. I set that profile up as a joke.
Well, I'm not joking around, baby, and I am honored to be conquered by the conqueror. Wink. I offer her a corn dog.
My God.
And I say,
Can
girl,
I just down accept
wait, I
corn
gotta
dog?
get my second one-liner out. You're gonna love this and then boo me off. Girl?
You already. That wasn't it?
Nope.
That.
I'm about to fuck you with a baton.
Just nibbles at the corn dog. She's like, yeah, not bad, not bad. Bites in. Yeah, I'm sure we can reproduce a superior version of this with enough reverse engineering. Finishes the corn dog. Pulls you into bed. Looks you in the eye and goes, now the question is, when we're done, I wonder if I should let you in. Bam. Back to the 4D chess game.
Mm-hmm.
Crooks.
So I think I want to say that we're like maybe a third of the way into it now.
Yeah, so I was actually about to say that. Crooks, the game has actually progressed. You've been doing well so far. Your insights from earlier have carried you quite well. You're a smart guy. You're feeling a little bit like you could actually win this. And your guide, who you do not know is named Ron, but is in fact named Ron, is playing reasonably well as well. You know, this is not an easy game, and it's your first time out, but you're confident. You've kind of like done a couple of key maneuvers where his small Vanguard stoats have been trampled over by your space elements. And now the game is kind of reaching the early mid game. And you both are beginning to play increasingly on the other. You've moved from the bottom board up to using the second board in the sequence.
Around the attack boards.
Yes. And he just goes, the one without arms, or without the proper number at least. You play a good game of quadra chess. Tell me, are you sure you have no quadramanas in this family?
Not that I'm aware.
Pity. And he makes his move, and he just swings in, and you were not anticipating this. You kind of had your attention on the upper board. He captures a key piece, and suddenly threatens your possession. Like,
Good boy.
for a beginner, you are quite good. But I am a quadra chess world championship runner-up. He's inordinately proud of this. He says it like he would say grandmaster.
Well, I see. As I want to make a roll.
Go ahead.
And then do something depending on how well you. I want to say that I am not an expert at this game, but I'm an expert at learning systems, and I'm always prepared to bring on a new challenge.
I have a funny idea,
Yeah.
but I want to see what you have come up instead, because my funny idea is dumb. Just funny.
Lasers less than right.
Yeah.
Yes. Roll 3d6 for me here. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, only one success.
All right. The position you're in is not one you can easily find a way out of, but you do see a glimmer of hope. You are going to have to make a bluff. He's obviously underestimating you.
Mm-hmm.
If you set things up so he thinks he can get an easy advantage by taking another of your important pieces, you can probably lure him into a situation where you can surprise him by knocking this alpha predator piece he's just fucked your shit up with off the board. And
Scarlet,
kind of
that was exactly what I was going to say I was going to do.
Well, there you go. That's your complication. The problem is now you have a complication. You're going to have to actually bluff. So
that's a very interesting move you made. I
Yes,
see where
isn't it?
I may have been lacking in my defenses.
do not worry. If you prove yourself here, I'm sure you'll have time to learn.
Yes.
He's got like a very too wide smile, and you're suddenly very aware that Quadrumanous faces are structured slightly differently than human ones. They can kind of open their jaws a little bit too wide for your liking.
Get them, get like the jagged pointy teeth, like the
Yeah.
sawtooth cartoon teeth.
Yes. This guy is just a cartoon space villain. So have you made your move yet?
I feel like we're making moves, like a couple. Like,
Yeah.
It's not immediate. While this Shane's going back and forth.
So he's keeping an eye on the board as you make your move to kind of like lure him into the bluff. And he's kind of like looking back and forth between piece in your hand. Like, did you really just make a mistake that basic? You weren't this bad before. It's a little suspicious. So how do you try to distract him? Do you just like kind of let him, let him think whatever he wants? You try to play it cool.
What I want to do is I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to act like I have some. I'm going to double bluff where I'm going to act like what I'm actually doing is what I'm doing to throw him off, to make him think that, oh, obviously he's just bluff, he doesn't know what he's doing, he just made a mistake.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give me a 3d6 feeling for that.
All right. So greater than 4. 1 success.
All right. Well done. Your number is
and
4,
I got laser feeling. Yes.
Yes, you do have laser feelings.
Okay. God, what kind of question am I asking in this situation about this chess game? What I want to know, looking at him, in this situation, what is his weakness?
His weakness is probably his innate feelings of Quadrumana superiority. He would be willing to write you off if he is focusing on the fact that you are an inferior species. And if you kind of like play into that a little, maybe stroke his ego a bit, he'll let off.
All right, I'm gonna try to re-roll then.
I can tell you that stroking them does work really well.
You're not here. Still 1 success though.
I
do
know better.
I'm advising you through the comms.
That's gonna get you there. So describe to me how you play to that. How do you stroke his ego here? What do you say to him? How do you do that?
I say, well, I mean, clearly, as a being with only 2 arms, I cannot truly have a grasp of the intricacies of this game, coming from such a culture as yours. On my planet, we have a game similar to this, but it's flat. There's only one board.
Really? How delightful. That's incredibly quaint. He moves his piece, and he's a little overwhelmed by like how obviously silly that is. And he makes the exact move you needed him to make.
Nice.
And I cut him off. Tactically.
He just stares.
He goes, "Well, wow.
You executed a flawless 3-fingered fence.
Amazing.
You have been holding back on me. I refuse to believe that this is the first time you've played this game. What are you hiding from me, 2 arms?" Smash cut to Claudia. Claudia, you are still in the corridor, and you are making your way downtown, going fast. You are trying to kind of like get a good look at what's going on around you. How do you try to blend in here? Do you just try to stealth your way through the situation? Or do you try and like maybe there are, you do see like some spare, like what looks like a supply closet nearby. Maybe you could find like a spare one of those white robes, try and blend in with the workers here? Yeah, how do you go?
Are you
about it?
muted?
Oh,
Oh, there.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still trying to think about like how to hide myself here.
You could just make fake arms. That's an option.
Crap.
You also just like bluff if someone asks you what you're doing.
You know, actually, do I see anywhere that's like Can I find like a supply closet of some kind?
You totally can. There's one not too far from here. You could make a dash and get in.
I'm going to try to get in there and see if I can find a uniform.
What kind of uniform are you going to look for? Well, actually, let's
Some
go
kind
ahead
of,
and
like-
have you...
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say that we're not going to roll for the dash here. Not because I don't think that would be challenging, because you're kind of already attuned to the fact that, like, people here aren't looking for you. You're not, like, you know, public enemy number one. You're just making a quick move over to a closet and kind of, like, slamming the door behind you.
How many are rolling? How many are rolling?
You're not rolling for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just get away with that, because the real interesting thing for me is now you gotta tell me what kind of uniform you're gonna pick. There's a couple. You do see a couple of things. You see what look like some hazmat suits, probably for cleaning up, like, you know, space chemicals that have been spilled on the floors. You see like some smocks, some, you know, like heavier stuff, maybe that like the welders wear. You see, it's mostly stuff that would be worn by strictly custodial staff. That would be what you find in the supply closet. What do you put on and what do you come out carrying? Assuming that it has the equivalent of industrial cleaning supplies that you'd find on a space station of this size. What do you come out carrying? To kind of sell yourself as, I'm just me.
I think I come out with like a big metal box that has a bunch of random shit I threw in there that sounds like tools rumbling about.
Sounds good.
And yeah, that's probably it. That's good enough. That's good enough. We can do that.
Ah, you picked up the adventure game inventory.
If anyone asks, there's definitely a sandwich in here as well, because you know I have work breaks.
So you make your way out with your little fake engineer kit in disguise, and you kind of like try to where are you going? Do you have an ultimate destination in mind, or are you just trying to explore the ship?
I'm trying to find. I'm exploring the ship. I'm kind of on the lookout for anything that looks like anything that looks like a security room.
Go ahead and give me lasers here. You are trying to map the layout of the ship and find a specific point on it.
Just one.
No, I'm actually gonna give you 3d6 on this because I can argue that you are prepared since this is a conscious plan you made, and I can argue you're an expert because you are in fact a pilot. You've seen a lot of interiors of space station.
424.
Hey, and that is your number is three, correct?
3.
So you are actually you are a success there, a single success. You actually find what you're looking for. You are able to kind of like make your way down the corridor. No one, if people notice you, they aren't stopping you, so you at least have that to be thankful for. What you find though is when you get to what looks like the security room, there are a pair of armed guards stationed.
Yeah, they got 4 arms each.
Yep, and all of them are carrying like deadly weapons. Do you approach them at all? Do you try and like play it cool and walk past them? You know, what do you do? How do you react to this?
I'm just waltzing in. I have a job to do.
You come waltzing up to them, okay? And they one of them just kind of turns to you. He's like, "Oh, what is your designation?"
See, I've got I'm going to try and attempt to bluff my way in here. Be like,
Okay.
So I've got the call down in our down maintenance, a couple doors down. Some kind of computer problem. Now I don't know who made the original call, but I'm just here to look around. It's probably nothing, honestly. You know how these people are. They don't know what to click and they don't want to admit it, so they just kind of like pretend it's all broken. You know, I'm probably just gonna have to go in there, reinstall Adobe Reader a couple more times.
That's tied to your roleplay. Give me a 3d6 feelings roll on this.
The Adobe Reader green text is probably the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, 3d6 for feelings.
That is a 2, a 3, and a 4.
All right, and your number is 3. You have laser feelings.
And 2 successes.
Yep. Give me your laser feelings. Give me your laser feelings question.
My question is, how? No, that'd be a good question here. How do these aliens have any specific weakness to like some kind of atmospheric thing? Like, can they not see in the dark or something like that?
There's a couple of answers I could give you here. When you say atmospheric, are you specifically referring to like things you could do to the environment that would be a huge advantage? Or are you referring to just like material weaknesses?
I think more just like things that would give me a disadvantage. That would give them a disadvantage.
Quadrananus, there's not any specific environmental weakness that you can, point to that would be hugely different from the ones ordinary humans have. But you can but they are as a culture incredibly proud and kind of like xenophobic, and you can probably bluff your way convincingly past them if you just know to play the part of the dumb human who was probably captured on like world alpha whatever that has no concept of the greatness of what's going on. If you play dumb, they're likely to believe anything you say.
All right.
With your success on that roll, what's going to happen here is you are going to they're going to kind of like be a little confused and look at each other a couple of times like, is it real? And they're finally like, you know what? Whatever. Go on in. Go on in, slave. Speak to the lieutenant. She'll tell you whatever it is you were supposed to work on, I'm sure. And they buzz you in. You have full access to the security.
All right. Is there anyone in here with me in the actual room itself?
There sure is. In the security room, there are 2 people monitoring, monitor footage from multiple rooms on the ship. And there is fortunately, like, it doesn't look like they would have been able to see you get to the supply closet. You can tell that from the monitors that they have up there. And there is another 4th Quadromanus with kind of like a short crew cut who is shuffling through, a clipboard, and she looks up and she's like, I didn't call for maintenance.
Well, look, ma'am, I don't know who called, but somebody called our office. They sent me. See, there's a problem with the command subroutines aren't getting into the proper protocols, and they're not jiving with the binaries.
She just rolls her eyes. No, maintenance is forever misinterpreting my requests. I don't really care what they told you. Look, nothing for you to do on here. If you really want to get anything useful done, go take a look at the artifact reconstruction chamber on floor Epsilon 30, and tell them that Lieutenant Grange sent you.
No, should be where now?
I will take responsibility for shifting your work order. Go on. Leave me to my security.
What'd she send to?
What'd you do?
What'd you send me to?
Floor Epsilon 30 to the Artifact Reconstruction Chamber.
Ooh, artifacts. Um, doff the cap that I don't have, and I'm gonna go see what artifacts I can find.
Back to Courtney. Courtney.
Hey.
So you are kind of like getting hot and heavy with Zonkarth the Conqueror, while Bossa Nova Billie Eilish plays. And
Hell yeah.
go ahead. So how fast do you guys rush into things? We're not going to play out the actual sex. We're going to just like roll.
I'm gonna.
We're gonna.
I gotta give her the princess treatment. She's an emperor.
Ooh.
You know, I gotta treat her like royalty. I am really looking forward to seeing the inside of the emperor's vessel, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna savor this.
Please just make a roll, Jenner.
Right.
Please, for the love of God.
We're moving slow. I can dig it. Go ahead and give me 3d6 on feelings. See how well you're able to keep up. Keep the mood up. Keep that foreplay going.
Oh, that's. I think one. Is that 2 or 1
That is-
successes?
What's your
That is a
number?
Feelings is over, right?
Yes.
Then my
That's 2
number is
successes.
3, so that's 2 successes.
Very well. You do real well. You are pressing all the right buttons, and I will not be suspicious.
Stop it.
Think about what today.
Don't
you
encourage me.
You're doing real well. And
Thank you.
At this point, Zongarth may or may not be in a slightly more advanced state of undress than she was when this scene began.
Great.
And she is making weird purring noises, which apparently
adorable.
Pomeranians do when they're happy. And she kind of, she's getting a little frisky, and she just kind of grabs your wrists and pins you to the bed and
Hot.
stares over, very hungrily looking.
Great.
Yes. Oh, this is good. So, you actually have the talk to back and walk to back up your dock, I see. I think I'll reward you, little ones. I'm gonna tell you exactly what Zongarth the Conqueror is going to do with what was once the pitiful excuse for a galaxy that was not blessed with my brilliance. And she snaps her fingers, and a view stream slowly descends.
Nice. Okay.
Countdown plays. And she just clicks through this little slideshow. She says, "You see this? This," and she just brings up a picture of this massive alien monolith in a state of advanced disrepair.
Nice.
This is the Kyberium Crystal Ultimate. We excavated it from the ruins, the last planet we conquered. Once this thing is installed in my tachyon and laser, there will be no planet that can stand in our way. I will enslave the entire galaxy. And you, if you're a good girl, you might get to watch the whole thing from an exalted position near my feet.
Can I make a quick canon suggestion here?
Yes.
I would like to say that despite the rest of the crew's objections, Courtney leaves a active communication feed on whenever she does this, and we can't turn it off, so we're hearing everything.
I love this idea.
Courtney is a horrible exhibitionist who would absolutely do this. Just inflict her horniness on you non-consensually because she's a monster who deserves to be canceled. So sure.
I think we most just learned to turn it out, but then there's something unusual comes on. We're like, what? Huh?
Yeah, and she's just kind of leaning in. She does a little blows a little puff of hot air into your ear, Courtney.
Hot.
Maybe does a little nibble.
Dang.
You know. just Pascal's being pals, and
Mhm.
she.
I'm gonna hold her hand.
Which one? So you just move to cut to black and make the performance roll here.
Yeah, I already rolled good. Come on, let me roll on that roll. I don't want Jenna rolling dice to ruin this. I did so good.
All right. I will let you coast on the previous roll if you
Thank
want.
you.
We cut to black,
Mm-hmm.
and cut back to after we cut to Crooks.
So you heard
You've
all
been
that.
confronted.
Yeah, and also this.
You've heard all that, and you've been confronted in this alien chess game by this man who suspects that you are somehow more good at this alien chess game than you. Is very suspicious of you. What do you do?
I am going to very clinically and logically point out the various modes of this game that have similarities to other rule sets from other games that I am acquainted with. It's just that, all games have a framework that can be carried from one to another. It's just a rule set that really you need to be worrying about, which you explained so expertly to me before we started.
Ooh.
I like that. Go ahead and give me 6 lasers.
Yes.
Nice.
That's below and a roll. Oh no!
No.
Oh wait, no, that's
You
greater
just-
than. So, no, that's wrong. That should be 3 successes. It's less than 4.
Yeah,
I'm
like
looking
lasers
for.
are lower, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you're a 4. Yeah,
I did
that's
the wrong
3
thing.
successes. This is an exceptional success.
You did this.
He buys this shit instantly.
Well, I mean, it's true though. That's not like I'm not lying.
It's not that you're lying. It's that it was more about how easily can you convey all this technical information to someone who's already incredibly suspicious of you without arousing his suspicion. Your explanation is on point, and he's so taken by it. All of his suspicion subsides, and you are one of the most exceptional underarmed folks I've ever met. What do they call you? Where you are from?
My title or my name?
Both.
Well, I am a scientist. I am one who goes out and my exploration is not of space in the physical sense. It is of knowledge.
Knowledge, you say? And a little grin breaks out. I have an idea. You like knowledge, yes?
Oh, absolutely.
We will leave the game for later. Come, let's retire to the artifact reconstruction chamber and reviewing deck.
I say that he says that and say, hold on a second. We could leave for later, but I move a piece. I say whatever the winning condition is in 3 moves.
Really? You noticed? He totally didn't notice. He's bluffing.
It's
Well.
true. I did win.
He just looks down. He's like, well, let us leave it for later regardless. Come, I am sure that you will not want to delay seeing the fruits of Quadramanian ingenuity. Come. Don't worry about your companion. We'll circle back with him later. And he just kind of gestures to the door. You go ahead and follow him.
I follow at the being the person who's always the expert. I follow at the socially appropriate back into the side a little bit.
Yeah, perfectly done. Perfectly done. You reach the chamber, and we're gonna cut briefly back to you, Claudia. Claudia, you have successfully made your way to the artifact reconstruction chamber as well by this point, and you head in, and you see the black monolith that was in the little slideshow that Courtney got to see. You get to see it in all of its glory. You see teams of welders and engineers hoisting large pieces of synthesized crystal into the air and welding it to its surface with cutting tools, the likes of which you've never seen before. You see programmers sitting around in a circle, like, gesturing toward 3D models they've created of this massive crystalline structure, trying to model the best possible way to add the next piece. And one of them is, in fact, kind of like slamming his space console, like angrily, like, "Work, damn it, work! Why don't you?" He kind of looks up and he sees you. "Oh, thank God, you must be maintenance. Get over here, quick. Take a look at this for me." Hun, you're muted.
This happens
I'm gonna go
a
over
lot.
there.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over there and take a look at it for him.
All
I
right.
don't promise to be helpful though.
While you're looking at it for him, Brooks, you and Ron emerge onto the viewing deck, and you get to see this from a much higher level than Claudia is currently seeing it. You kind of
get
see
the whole picture.
You get the whole picture. This crystal is gorgeous. You can see up close that, hidden in this black monolith, at first it appears to be just pure black, but you can see sparks and currents of many colored energy rippling inside. It thrums almost like it's alive, like some kind of being of pure energy has been trapped in this crystalline structure that's pulsing and trying to communicate with everyone outside. And in spite of yourself, you find yourself mesmerized.
Like
And-
feathers in a crow.
Yeah. Ron is just, he's got the shit-eating grin. Like, this is exactly the expression he knew you'd have. He's like, "We found this in the ruins of the last planet that Her Eminence Zongarth brought to heal, and pulled it away with us. One day soon, it will power this entire vessel, including our tachyon pulse laser. Then, we will not be conquering world by world, but galaxy by galaxy, system by system. We'll understand the superiority of the Quadramanian.
Can any artifact truly output that much power?
Oh, trust me, Scientist Crooks. You have only begun to scratch the surface from up here. Come, we will go to the lower levels. I will have some of the scientists modeling the device, show you what we have discovered. It will be a enlightening experience." Smash cut back to you, Claudia. Claudia, you're kind of like helping with this console. The best you can figure, this is a very simple problem, actually. Simple enough, you could probably solve it just from a little bit you know about chip systems. This guy's just kind of an idiot, not really sure how to work his console. But you have been given free range of, a console of this alien vessel. Is there anything you want to try and do with that? This temporary.
Why, yes, there is.
Oh, do go on.
So I'm going to tell him that the problem is actually pretty serious and kind of complicated, so it's going to take me a while.
Okay.
If he can just give me some space, I'll have it working for him. I'll have him working as soon as possible. And as soon as he is not right up in my grill, I'm going to see if I can actually get access to the ship's. I'm going to try and access basically any sort of information on the ship's security at all, like any kind of like floor plans, any of that stuff.
All right, I like that plan. Go ahead and give me lasers here. We'll say 3D6. This is a system that you might be. We'll say it's running on the same OS as your old chip, but I feel like 3D6 is appropriate. You've prepared for this.
Yes.
This
Finally, is the gear of Linux on the desktop. Only took 1,000 years.
Yes. Is that 442?
Yep.
All right, that is one success. You actually make your way into security, but you realize you're going to need to enter someone else's credentials to get full access. You're going to have to find a way to get someone here to give you the password to finish what you were doing.
Ah, social engineering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Too
gonna
bad you're
tell.
not the engineer.
Actually, before you make a move here, what's actually going to happen is this is the moment where Ron and Crooks approach you, and Crooks, you clearly recognize Claudia. You can choose not to say anything. I'm going to assume you know.
Oh, of course I don't.
And you're gonna look at this, Claudia. You see Crooks come down, and obviously you recognize him. You recognize the guy. You do whatever you need to do.
I'm going to ask the technician I was working with originally for their password because I'm going to need, just for ease of access, so I'm not constantly having to re-input my credentials for maintenance. Just to speed up the process, you know?
All right. You know what? I'm gonna say that. Did you roll a bluff on him earlier? Did I make you do that? I don't think I did. You're gonna have to bluff him on this. It's not necessarily gonna be a pass-fail, and like if you fail, he just knows that you're fake. But it's gonna be like, how compliant is he gonna be? How compliant can you make this guy? Give me 3d6 feelings here.
6, a 2, and a 1.
All right, that is a success, I do believe. So he's like, do you really need this? And he's like,
I mean,
So
I
it-
don't
it-
necessarily need it, sir, but it's
it's
gonna
like-
make it so much more difficult. It's gonna take me so much more.
You want to have to
longer.
keep coming over here and typing in every time I need you to?
Yeah, it's just gonna be a nightmare.
actually, do you help with this? Because you're within distance to do that. You can help with this and add another d6.
Yeah, that's all I say. Like, you don't have to come back over every time this technician needs your password.
Yeah, go ahead and throw me a d6 there.
Me? Okay.
Yeah. It's technically it's Alice who should be rolling it, but we're gonna use her number either way, so it doesn't matter what he does. Is it?
Oh,
All right.
I should
So that's
back to
a
Roba.
3. That's exactly Alice's number, actually. Does that mean she gets laser?
guess,
The other GM, do what you want.
Give them, if you want to help someone else who's rolling, say how you try to help them make a roll. If you succeed, give them. Yeah, so this is actually Alice's dice. Alice, you have laser feelings.
I do have some feelings about lasers. This is a pretty regular occurrence.
Give me your question.
How breakable is that big old rock?
With what you have, just with your puny, fleshy bodies, not super breakable, but you were to say alter the dimensions of this model and they insert a piece wrong.
Well, that could tie into the thing I'm gonna do. If you want to just give me a dice forward.
I think that would be good. That's a good idea.
All right. So, are you going to go ahead and do that?
So, what my plan here is as he's been rambling on about the power of this thing and
Yeah.
and he's probably showing me a little bit too much than he should be.
Operational death.
I want to use my analytical eye and to recognize the major flaw they've overlooked because of the hubris.
Yep. Give you that 3d6.
And this is less than 4. That is 3 successes.
Woo! Good job. All right. You have just laser identified that this structure, what they don't understand about it is it's not just like a big battery. That pulsing energy, you recognize that. This is clearly, this monolith is some kind of sealing technology for some kind of energy-based entity. If they screw this up, some kind of plasma being is going to rip through this fortress and do critical damage to everything in it. It will, at the bare minimum, cripple them. It will, at maximum damage, it could just torch them and blow the place up. If you play your cards right, there's every chance you could talk them into doing that and get everyone back on board the Raptor and a safe distance away before they even know that they've been screwed.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do then is I'm going to just like kind of innocuously just make like just mention like one little thing that they should not do. But I say, well, you know, have you considered X? And just like let it go from there.
Oh, they're all like, And Ron is like, of course we considered X. He begins to, in fact, X was the first thing we considered. He doesn't know what he's talking about, but he's high ranking here. None of the scientists who might know a little better are gonna contradict him.
Yeah.
While he's going on about this, Claudia, you heard exactly what Crooks just said. You have the perfect opportunity to adjust those models.
I'm going to attempt to adjust those.
All right. Go ahead and roll 46 lasers here. Because I'm going to count that as Crooks helping you. And with lasers, it's
5 and 6.
So that's 2 successes, actually, I believe. Because you need to roll lower for lasers. So
yep.
you're able to get in there and do exactly what you need to do. Now, you're... and you can pass the console back. Your hacks have been made, and no one's probably going to notice. This does leave you two with the problem, of course, of getting back. Speaking of which, cut back to Courtney.
Hey.
Can I make a suggestion? Which I think is always extremely funny is when we cut back to you just like covered in scratches.
Oh, that is 100% what happened. And a couple of those are probably going to need some antiseptic.
Oh.
Zongarth's laying back on the bed, sheets up to her, to her chest, and like tasteful TV edit, friendly fashion. She's smoking a big old alien, just a long cigar. Yeah, that was good. You are the second or third best lay I've ever had. It wasn't a quadranile.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that.
She laughs. You're such a kidder. So, what's in the bottle? 2 arms?
Oh, I brought some champagne to celebrate. I, Jenner, am not sure what to do with this character anymore, for I've achieved my goal of fucking the alien. But I'm gonna
so now you probably want to leave, right?
Well, I guess I should fuck the aliens the other way by ruining their lives and like defeating them, huh? I mean, we could just extend this fuck to like a greater like kind of fuck. But
you should probably do your best to resist the alien fascists, yes.
No, it looks like you two have already got them fucked in that way, so I'll bring the champagne over and I'll think about how I can fuck the aliens the other way. Fuck them over instead of just fuck them. And pour her some of the champagne, and I'll pour myself a glass too and hand it over to her and be like, it's this isn't the fanciest stuff, but it's alright. It's one of my favorites.
Take the obvious drink, so it knows it's not poison.
All right. Yeah. You should probably do that.
I'll take a drink. It's not poison.
It's like, I didn't think it would be. She reaches down. She takes a sip. And she actually drains the glass. She's like, another.
Yeah, sure. You could
just hand her the bottle.
Yeah, I'll just hand her the bottle. I'll pour myself one more cup because this is good shit. Fuck you, Crook. But then I'll hand her the bottle.
He knocks it back. He's like, now to discuss your new role in life as my... What is this stuff you said?
It's champagne.
Champagne. It's quite bitter. It's like a good tea,
It's specifically Bacardi because it's your birthday, and I don't care if it's not your birthday.
She's like, I feel it's not possible. You poisoned me?
Not what? No, not intentionally.
Uh,
It's alcohol.
she just passes out.
Well,
Before her eyes rolling up in your head, her skin going a really queasy shade of green.
here.
This is the moment where you do remember what the book said.
Oh no.
So, as a species, Quadramanians are incredibly susceptible to drunkenness.
Mm-hmm.
They do not have their society doesn't really have a strong drinking culture
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of brewing techniques did not develop on their world at the same time they developed on ours. And for a host of reasons, they don't really do any kind of social drinking, and their body's chemistry is just not built for it anyway. So
They all lightweights.
this is maybe not going to kill her, but she's out for at least the next 3 hours.
Amazing.
And this would probably be a good time to run.
Alright, so I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna get a pen and paper. Actually, I'm just gonna need a marker. I have one on me, and I'm gonna write on her chest, I actually was the best you ever had, you fucking liar. And then I'm gonna walk out.
So you bail. So you're making your way. You make your way back into the other room.
Well, what I'm actually gonna do is, okay, we've established that they can hear me when I'm being a pervert because fuck them,
Yep.
and I'm all about the exhibitionism. Apparently, that's one of Courtney's many kinks. I can also hear them, so I've heard them make their plan about blowing everything up with the thing, like letting the plasma.
We never
loose.
said that out loud.
God damn it! I don't know that. I don't know that you need to get.
You
out
know
of
where
here.
we are, though. You know that we're in the artifact room.
I guess I'll send you quick messages. Like, do you need out? Like, do you need back to the ship? I can get you out.
I just send the thumbs up emoji.
Alright, so I'm gonna just basically tap into, like, the teleporters, because I'm a fucking engineer. I know how to run the fucking teleporters.
Alright. I like that plan.
And
Go
I'm
ahead
gonna...
and give me 3d6 lasers.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get them out of here, I hope. Lasers is not my strong stat, but you know.
There you go, 3d6.
There you go. I think you need to roll under for lasers, so I got 1 success, 1 laser feelings.
Alright, give me a laser feelings.
So I guess my question is there a way that I can time this on myself? Like,
time the teleportation?
mm-hmm. Like, I want to get them out immediately, but I want to set a timer on me.
You can totally do that. Just enter in a delayed countdown for the lock-on on you, and you will be able to delay by up to 2 to 4 minutes.
As after I say that emoji, I say out loud to Ron, I say, I apologize, but I am having, I must attend to my human biological functions. Is there a room I could refresh myself in?
Oh, a privy? Certainly. Third door on the left.
I go and I just kind of give a look to Claudia as I walk by and be like, the look says we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Claudia, what do you do? Do you follow after him?
I wait till right as he's kind of basically gone, and then immediately just like stand up, like log off, be like, okay, it's all done now, it's all fixed. You're gonna need to restart your terminal, and I have a lot of other things to do, so I'm gonna get out of your hair. Sorry that it took so long, and then she's just gonna bolt.
Yeah. So I'll just send them a message, done, right? But there's a complication from this. I guess I get caught, like, hacking the teleporters and getting them out of here.
Well, I'm actually getting that.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So,
Don't tell the GM how you get fucked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the teleportation, as soon as Claudia and Crook step out of the room, teleportation kicks on and pulls them directly to next to the raptor in the engineering room. There's a bit of a complication here. You've just set yourself on a delayed teleport, right?
I have set myself on a delayed teleport, but they go immediately, yes.
Yeah. So here's the thing. How long did you set that for?
Max time.
Max time.
Yeah, so it's
okay,
like 4 whole minutes, yep.
You got 4 minutes to figure out how to open the airlocks and everything else on the ship so that they can actually fly out.
Oh, yeah,
Look.
yeah.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think it is a time for our powerful sensor to do some work.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go on the ship. We're gonna go on the ship, and I'm gonna hit the sensors and put them on the mode with. Have you seen the game Hard Space Shipbreaker?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Alice knows what I'm talking about. There's a thing you can do in that where you can like see you can see through the walls of the ship you're cutting up, so you can see like the structural parts and like where everything connects and shit. So I'm gonna do that of the sensors to find like what like wire or like mechanism trails away from the doors and where it goes to and what it connects to.
All right. That's gonna be lasers. Go ahead and give me 3d6 on that.
Absolutely. That game is cool, but it makes me super motion sick, so I cannot play it.
Yeah. Buddy, I'm assuming you're also boarding. Ooh,
2 success and laser feelings.
Ooh, laser feeling me away.
My question is, what else do we need to take care of to stop them from like pulling us back in?
To stop them from pulling you back in, you probably want to disable the tractor beam on this ship.
Is there
and
like
potentially do something about the fighters that are going past outside?
We're nimble. We don't go with those. So the tractor beam. I want to say with that success that there's like the projector for those like right by the doors because it has to be nearby so you can pull stuff into the cargo bay or whatever right there. So I think we can just blast those as we go. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
All right. That's pretty reasonable. I'll allow it. So your sensors fire up. You see everything you want to. You get a good layout of the wiring controls, and you're able to kind of like intuit based on how power is moving around the ship and what you're picking up on the sensors, more or less where the controls for the airlock are. It is, because this fortress is heavily armored, it is iffy that your laser will be able to punch through without severely draining your ship's internal power reserve. But if you fire at kind of like, if you fire at a split moment where there's an increased charge running through the system, and you time it just right, you could take out the tractor beam and force the doors open in one shot.
Yes, and we're inside the shields right now, so that's just helpful. All right, perfect. I relay the information as I get up here. Do this first and get up here.
Cool.
All right. We're going to cut back to Courtney. Courtney, you are still messing with engineering stuff from the throne room here. So you've got full control in a lot of ways.
Hacker voice.
Hashtag I'm in. What do you do with your the remainder of your 4 minutes before your delayed teleport?
I want to tell you what I want to do, and you let me know if I can get away with it. I'm going to list off a couple things that I want to do. So the first thing I want to do is follow Crook's orders and get the rest of my crew out of here. So I'll open the doors and do what needs to be done to get them out safe, lower the shields.
We just need a large energy pulse to go from here to here.
So I'm just going to energy pulse to get them out of here, right? I'll just initiate that. But the next thing I want to do is fuck the plasma monster and die. So...
Okay.
I died how I lived.
Truly the most Jenner character that ever was.
And I hope I can get away with that. I'm staying as long as it takes to fuck this plasma monster. You can't stop me.
Or 4 minutes, whatever's
I mean, you
4
can.
minutes. It's going to take them 10 to actually get this plasma monster.
Oh, god damn it. I will just deactivate.
So you've already saved yourself. You will have
no!
to wait on the
I mean, once it tears the ship apart, it'll be right there in space.
plasma.
Okay.
You'll have a chance to meet it, get its digits before it flies off to wherever it is quantum beings live.
Okay.
So, is there anything else you do with this remaining 4 minutes that you? Actually, go ahead and give me. Well, before we do that, for the pulse thing, go ahead and give me lasers again. Again with 3d6.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna give it you 4 because you're being assisted by Crooks remotely.
Yeah, please. 2 successes. Woof.
Well done.
That's quite a roll right there.
That is definitely a roll that happened.
The land of contrasts. You were able to successfully do exactly what you wanted to do. And as the timer ticks down, you have about 1 minute 30 seconds left. And in a brief cutaway to the Raptor, we actually see that guards are beginning to swarm into the bay, beginning to you a little, and you hear people from outside calling for you all to turn off your engines, because assumedly you are kind of heating them up right now, getting ready to dash out as soon as you've got this thing open. You do have people yelling. The time is beginning to run short. You may have to do something about them in a minute here. Cut back to Courtney. Courtney, you have 1 minute 30 ticking away. What do you do with that last minute 30? Is there anything else you can think of that you want to do with this power over the consoles you have?
Does anybody have any other suggestions for what they would like me to do? I have some ideas, but I'm willing to listen to suggestions from other people.
So this is like the console for the Tyrant. It's her console.
Mm-hmm. I've got full control out of everything. Yeah.
Just turn off the gravity.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Definitely gonna turn off the gravity. I got a couple more things in mind. Any other suggestions before I do the one thing
that's it. That's all I got. You have so little time.
All right,
Alice, time is ticking down. Yeah, Alice, time is ticking down. Do you have any suggestions before I do my dumb thing?
No, that sounds perfect. I think you should do it.
Okay.
You should do your thing.
The last thing I'm gonna do is just time a global message to them to go off the second the plasma monster is spawned. That just says, "Yo, I fucked you," and then in italics, "I fucked you," and then I will let the teleporter take me away.
Before, as that's happening, so the minute before, I look at Claudia and say, "Okay, we need to move the ship." So she teleports onto the ship and not outside the ship. Mm-hmm. Can you move it here, please?
I'm going to attempt to move the ship nimbly.
So normally this would be lasers, but given you specifically replaced your console with the dumbest Joy-Con imaginable, this is going to be piloting on intuition. I'll give you 3d6 feelings.
You gotta just feel it.
Hell no!
Literally, I fly with my heart.
No, that's what's your number? 4?
No, 3.
Then that's 3 successes.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right. Confused.
You're going to execute a sick maneuver with your afterburners, Claudia, spinning around as you lift off the ground, knocking away. You're able to maneuver the ship incredibly well, even in this enclosed space.
Well, the gravity got turned off, so it's so much easier now.
Yeah, you just knock away all of the people who are coming toward you. You maneuver instantly into position. In fact, you maneuver so skillfully that when the teleporter goes off, Courtney just drops in beside you guys. Courtney, you are still dressed in whatever you were still wearing post-coitus. I will let you imagine whatever that is. And at that moment, you have lined yourself up perfectly for the shot you need to fire. You fire it. You've already kind of rolled for the rolls that you need to set this up and make it a success, I'm going to say. So it's cooler if it just works at this point. That shot goes through. The doors slam open, and you guys are out into space.
A bunch of dudes just get blown out into space as depressurization happens.
Yep. There's some real nastiness out there. You probably don't want to look too closely at that brain. If you do, you will know that Quadramanas have purple blood. So the fighters know that something's up as soon as they see you swooping out, and they begin swooping in. They're trying to get a lock on you. How do you guys evade them? Do you try to bluff your way past at this point, or do you just try and punch it?
We got to use the power, the upsize the ship. We're so nimble.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nice, Jeff.
I'm going to try I'm going to do like all kinds of complicated maneuvers, trying to get these fighters to like crash into each other, like straight out of Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
All right. I like that plan. Give me 3d6 feelings on this. I think I can actually give you one because this ship is fucking nimble, and now you're in open space.
Hell yeah.
You rolled exactly your feelings there, so that is a laser feelings. Add your 4th d6 for me, just for.
Oh, I've heard of the 4th d6. 2.
Okay, so no actual successes, but you do have a laser feelings.
So you
whatever
can't-
you need then.
And you can re-roll, thank God.
Yeah. Ask me a question. Abuse your GM privileges.
Questions. I have no idea. I don't even know what to ask anymore.
Do either of the other two of you have questions that you think she should ask?
I can't think of anything I would suggest that she should actually ask because they're all dumb and horny. So
Well,
no.
it's something about the situation. So something about these fighters that would help you re-roll and not get us
that's
shot
true.
by fighters.
Do I notice anything? Can I see anything about these fighters that suggests a weakness that they might have?
Yes, you certainly do. These fighters are very, very, fast. In fact, they might be able to overtake your ship if it was just a straight shot. But your ship is designed to just make these pinpoint turns in space. You have kind of like omnidirectional rockets, essentially. You can reverse direction at the drop of a hat. They super cannot. And most of the weapons and ordnance on a fighter like this, it's just going to be las guns or, torpedoes. They're going to fire in a straight line. If you just make
an engine with guns on the front of it.
Yeah, if you make a hairpin turn here, they're not going to be able to keep up with you. You might be, if you bait them into firing their laser and then drop off at the last second, you might be able to just bait them into not only crashing into each other, but damaging each other and the surface of the fortress.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do a dive into the towards the surface of the station and then pull up hard.
All right, this is gonna be another feelings roll, especially because at this point you're just playing chicken. That's beautiful. That's 3 successes. You've also got another laser feelings, but I'm just going to describe the outcome of that since it's a triple success anyway. Everyone's cool with that?
Yep.
So you bait 2 of the fighters that are on your tail, the 2 closest ones, to kind of get in each other's sights. They fire, you pull this dive up wonderfully. One of them slices straight through the other. The other corrects in time, but blows up. And by the time the other one's wheeled to get behind you again, you're already just a massive head start. You're far enough out that if you had time to kind of power down real quick and start warming up whatever your guys' hyperspace jump system is, you could do it. In fact, if the engineer and or the scientist wanted to start banging buttons on consoles and actively trying to set that system up, now would be a really good time to do that. Which is
Yes.
Just interpret that as your laser feelings at this point.
However, I don't think the engineer wants to leave until we see the giant plasma monster.
That's fair. But do you really want to die?
Here's my plan.
Fighters.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
I'm going to hail Ron from the ship.
You get through.
I
What
hit
are
zero.
you doing there?
I hit 0 a bunch of times again.
No, I mean, you're on your vessel. You're flying away. You would
Yes.
dishonor our hospitality like this?
I imagine that giant engine you have in there, it's nothing. You fools! You can't possibly destroy anything with that. You
What?
utter imbecile! You moron!
I will have you know, our engine has infinite power. I will prove it. Fire up the monolith.
I imagine all the fighters pull back at this.
The monolith begins to glow, just with unearthly power, and they've had time to make that modification. So, the monolith exudes energy that begins to, and at first it's being siphoned off the way it's supposed to, but then something abruptly happens. The thrumming recedes, and all the energy almost pulls back into the monolith itself, and the room goes dark for a moment before auxiliary power cuts back on. You're able to see from the inside here, as well as the outside of this point. The monolith begins to tremble, and Ron just looks back and forth from it, and you two just, what have you done to Arms?
And we didn't do anything. You did it. You did it yourself. You fucked yourself.
What? At this very moment, the delayed global message goes off.
Nani? Also, I fucked you.
And the monolith splits into millions of fragments as a white-hot burst of light consumes the view screen.
Oh man, look
And
how hot
then
it is.
The feed cuts out, and you see tendrils of plasma cutting through the edges of the diamond-shaped ship.
Oh hell yeah.
And moments later, it is sliced neatly in two as what looks like a literal sunburn. Just this phoenix-shaped thing glowing with the energy of a literal sun rises from it.
Hell yeah.
If you were any closer to this thing, what happens to the fighters in this moment would be happening to you guys as well. They are utterly consumed. Their shields were not built for this. Their hulls
I can
cannot
only
take the
get
heat
so aroused.
of their proximity. And this being just begins to ascend higher and higher into space away from you. And as it does, there's a little shimmering pulse that goes out. And all three of you, you don't hear words, but you feel a general sensation of thankfulness and gratitude. And then it's gone, winging its way to parts unknown.
Damn it.
It's beautiful.
A few moments later, you hear a dinging noise aboard your ship, and the door opens up, and Captain Darcy stumbles out, fucked up, but it's still a little, woozy. He's like, I felt strange presence in my mind leave. He looks back around, all three of you. Courtney, what the fuck are you wearing? Cut to credits. Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone. That was fun.
I love to exploit other people's hubris.
Mm-hmm. I sent the plasma monster my number. Please call me.
Plasma Monster is currently not on Space Tinder. You will have to chase it a while longer.
No!
Because of this particular path.
Okay.
That was very fun, y'all.
All right, we had good time here.
That was a good one. That was a really good one.
Whoa.
Thank you.
No combat whatsoever. It was wonderful.
Yeah, we did it. All right, I'm gonna stop streaming. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.